At this point, that's a very good question. Nobody asked me this, but that's I'm at the cost of repeating myself. I have seen Shamilaji's film Dag, and my father was quite a film buff. So was my mother, and so I have very kind of a blurred memory of that film, but I remember the song. And I used to tease Shamila ji all the time with that song. One day she said, if you sing it one more time, I'm going to kill you. So, from that childhood time to this time, I'm sharing the camera, sharing the stage with her. It's quite, I mean, definitely it's a privilege, but it's also kind of a miraculous experience for me. I mean, a village boy, saw someone on the silver screen, and now you are sharing the platform. That's quite an honor.
सबको नमस्ते। बहुत सालों के बाद मैंने हिंदी में काम किया। इतने सालों से साउथ में हूँ, काम कर रही हूँ। बहुत अच्छा लगा। जैसे राहुल ने मुझे स्टोरी सुनाई थी 2 साल पहले, एक एक सीन, एक एक डायलॉग वही था। और ऑफ कोर्स लेजेंडरी एक्ट्रेस शर्मिला जी के साथ में स्क्रीन शेयर करने का मौका मिला। ग्रेट परफॉर्मर, सुपरस्टार मनोज जी के साथ में काम करने का मौका मिला। सूरज के साथ काम करने का मौका मिला। राहुल, आपके साथ, पूरी टीम के साथ काफ़ी मज़ा आया। फैमिली की तरह हमने ये फिल्म शूट करी। सेट पे खाना, डायलॉग्स, बिहाइंड द
आज भी निहारी मंगा ली है।
हाँ। तो बहुत अच्छा था मेरा एक्सपीरियंस इतने सालों के बाद। नाइस। और आई वॉन्ट टू शेयर समथिंग वेरी ब्यूटिफुल शर्मिला जी। माई मदर हैज़ बीन अ ग्रेट फैन ऑफ योर्स, ऑफ कोर्स माई फादर टू। And when I met you for the first time and we were doing that scene together and when you were delivering the dialogue और उसके बाद मेरा dialogue था, मैं अपनी lines भूल गई। और then I had to shake myself up because of course ये मेरे साथ रजनीकांत जी के साथ में जब मैं काम करी थी तब हुआ था। और मतलब बहुत मज़ा आया। Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you Disney Hotstar, विक्रम जी। Thank you.
देखिए, फैमिली मैन में जो खास था वो सब आप लोग देख चुके हैं, वापस से मुझे उसको बताने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। लेकिन सबसे अच्छी बात फैमिली मैन में है कि एक स्पाई थ्रिलर होते हुए भी स्पाई थ्रिलर नहीं है। इट्स मोर अबाउट फैमिली एंड हाउ एवरी वन ऑफ अस इज़ ट्राइंग टू फाइंड अ बैलेंस बिटवीन अ वेरी चैलेंजिंग फैमिली, demanding family and a demanding job. So that's a struggle that everyone goes through. My character in Family Man, Shrikant Tiwari, I always maintain that he's like R.K. Lakshman's common man, who is looking at things from a distance and is still trying to be part of it. Now moving on to Gulmohar, it's a very special film for many reasons. Because starting with script, I have known Rahul Chitela for quite a long time before he offered me this film. And when I read it, and he gave me a brief narration to it, I didn't have any doubt because I felt that this is the story of each and every family. I was telling Suraj just before this started that everyone will find himself somewhere in some character which are moving on the screen. So this is very relatable. A family film told in a very unique and a different perspective. A family film where you will choke, you'll smile, you'll laugh, and in the end, everything will be all right for you. And this is the kind of film which is needed in this time. And of course, Shamila ji being there is one of the most attractive thing for the film. But the script of this film is the real hero, and this script in itself, when it was not even made and waiting to be made because there were too many obstacles were being faced by the directors and the producer because of the pandemic. But still we had complete faith that we will wait for this film to happen, and if not, we will make this happen. you know, the confidence always comes from the script. The backbone of any project is the script. And Rahul Chitela and Arpita have really put in their experiences and hearts in this project. And in the end, when we've seen the film, we've seen the reactions of around 200, more than 200, 300 people. One thing I can say, that you will not find anything similar to this on any OTT platform.
Well, looking forward to that and congratulations once again. इसी के साथ शर्मिला जी आपसे एक सवाल ज़रूर पूछना चाहती हूँ और वो सवाल ये है कि हर कोई आपसे तो क्लियरली मेस्मराइज हुआ ही है, सेट पर भी और यहाँ पर भी हर कोई हो रहा है, एंड आई एम प्रीटी श्योर कि इसके रिलीज़ होने के बाद आपसे हम सब भी मेस्मराइज ज़्यादा होने वाले हैं. लेकिन अगर मैं इस शूटिंग एक्सपीरियंस की आपसे बात करूँ गुलमोहर को लेकर, तो आप किससे सबसे ज़्यादा मेस्मराइज हुए थे शूट के टाइम पर? कैन यू शेयर एनी एनेक्डोट फ्रॉम द सेम?
Who I was most mesmerized with?
या
Oh, I have no problem saying that. With the DOP. Ishit Narayan. You know, his presence behind the camera was so comforting to me. I felt, you know, he's looking at me and somehow I had to give my best. It was so calming, I can't tell you. If I've done well, it's because of Ishit. And of course, Rahul. And I will just add to what Manoj ji just said. It's a story of 3 generations. So it's a film that will speak to everyone. You know, my age, and Manoj ji, and then Suraj, and then the other cast. And it's just beautiful. And what is so special about it, Rahul, when we start the film, it's a 4-day film. At the beginning, everybody is what they are. At the end of that 4 days, there is a growth in everybody. Suraj has changed a little bit. Manoj is relaxed a little bit. Simran is just wonderful. No wonder she's Rahul's favorite. And it's all our favorite. She's just wonderful in the film. And everybody, not just one. I mean, there's one little cameo role of one agent who's showing houses to Suraj. Even she is wonderful. She doesn't have to act so well, but she does. So, you know, it's just wonderful. You have to just see it. I've seen it 3 times. I intend to see it again and again and again.
You know, the confidence comes from Sharmila ji, because she has seen it 3 times. And she has seen it 3 times when, you know, with her own guests and family and friends. And she's showing them with so much pride. So looking at it, we are feeling very confident because she has seen everything in this industry.
And I've never done this. I've never done this before.
So the confidence the rest of the cast and the crew is getting is from her. Yeah.
It's like, you know, when you have children, you just can't pick one. You can't say, this is better than, you know, I can't say that. Every one, every scene, every dialogue is important in the film. You know, ऐसा नहीं कि आप एक dialogue निकाल दें, तो it's so well balanced. I'll give full credit to Rahul. It is such a well balanced film that each one of us have our own space and we can show, you know, and convey it to the audience. And each dialogue is so memorable. My daughter, Sabah, saw it. And she was just, she says, अरे वो dialogue क्या है? मुझे एक दफे और देखना पड़ेगा कि वो याद नहीं आ रहा है. She keeps notebook, she said, because she just loved the dialogues. And when you speak those lines, automatically the performance comes. You know, half the work is done. And like I say, Ishit is behind the camera. So there's no performance needed. But everyone has that. Suraj made me cry many times because I'm very connected with this generation, because this generation doesn't know where they're going.
True.
You know, बहुत ऐसे हैं कि full of conflict, वो love क्या है, शादी is such a responsibility, where the money is coming from, job कहाँ है. I can see हमारे time पे ऐसा नहीं था. We all मैट्रिक करने के बाद यू नो कोई ना कोई एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिल जाता था. अभी नहीं है ऐसा. तो So I kind of resonated because I have a lot of young friends, young people I know. तो मुझे his performance तो every time I see मुझे रोना आता है तो I can't pick and choose अभी anecdote तो याद है कि after shooting मनोज जी used to feed us वो फलाने कबाब वहाँ से आएगा फलाने वो कुछ बिरयानी यहाँ है निहारी उधर है तो आई एम बंगाली आई डोंट लाइक ऑल दीज निहारी वगैरह मगर आई ऑल्सो हैड छोले भटूरे सो दैट वाज द मोस्ट बियॉन्ड वॉक दैट वाज द मोस्ट एंटरटेनिंग पार्ट ऑफ आर काम वाम करके तो खाने में लग जाते थे हम लोग या एंड द केक्स her son's birthday was there during the thing. Then everybody's birthday was there, so every day there's some cake used to come. So we had so much fun, and like Gulmohar, we really became family. Suraj and I used to exchange. Then he went off to New York and forgot all about me. Utsavi is in touch with me. Kaveri messaged me. So it's like a lovely, lovely family. The generation, my family, Saif hasn't seen it because he's shooting in Amritsar. But Sarah saw it yesterday. Sabah, Soha have seen it. Karina is seeing it on the 28th, tomorrow. So they've all seen it. And they are very, very supportive and they love it. And Sabah has loved it. Like she wants to come and see it again with a notebook to write down all the dialogues because sometimes we speak the dialogues but फिर वो ठीक से याद नहीं होता है I can't just repeat verbatim. So she's loved the film. So everybody in my family so far, whoever's seen it, has loved it. Actually, there hasn't been in my friends. Yesterday we had a screening and there were, and you can make out when somebody's faking it, somebody's saying हाँ बहुत अच्छा था, you can see that they're being formal or, at least I can. And here they were just genuinely loved it, and all day I've been receiving messages. So it's really touched people, So yeah, it's been such a privilege to work in this film. Really, it's been I've worked for the last 60 years, but it's a unique experience. Really, at this stage of my life, I value it so much more because everything becomes more intense with age. As you grow older, you want the very best. You don't want to, you can't settle for less. And I am so happy and proud that I've been able to be part of this wonderful film.
Thank you. Each time, the world keeps changing in every two decades. Technological revolutions, it keeps happening, it keeps upgrading itself. I can't, take a pause and think what would have been had this been that time. No, that's a very wrong way to go. All I would say that, yes, industry today is far more organized, right, Sharmila ji, far more organized, far more professional than it was when I arrived in Bombay. There was no casting director. There was no concept of casting directors. Today, if you are talented, if you are skilled, if you know your job, you have ability, in 1 year you will have 2-3 jobs. That's the beauty of this time. And with the digital revolution, what it has done that it created so many platforms for the talents to express themselves, and which is a very good thing. I'm also kind of making a lot of benefits out of it. Today, I'm far more busier than I ever was. Earlier, one good script used to come, in 6 months or 8 months, sometime 1 year. So because there was only one medium, cinema in theater. But now you have films on OTT, and there are so many OTT platforms. There are so many new directors finding jobs. They are raring to go. They are desperate to tell their stories, and for their own stories, they want to meet the actors who are right for the characters. So Suraj, yes, you are right. Suraj coming in this time, growing up in this time, in his 20s in this time, he's at an advantage. He's a skilled actor. He's a talented actor, and he's getting that respect from the beginning.
Absolutely.
So, is the time which is benefiting him in one way, and it is I'm at an advantage in some other way. So we really can't compare it, and take stop everything and start thinking what would have been if this would have been. That is, this is ये समय समय बदल चुका है, और उस समय में जो सबसे बड़ी खासियत थी जो इस समय को नहीं है, वो भी देखनी चाहिए. वो उस समय की खासियत थी कि हम बिना किसी डिस्ट्रैक्शन के, मैं 10 साल थिएटर कर गया और हमें पैसे नहीं मिलते थे, लेकिन हम थिएटर हमने थिएटर किया, हमने स्किल को बहुत सीखा. हमारे पास बहुत समय था क्योंकि कोई प्लेटफॉर्म्स नहीं थे, कोई और मीडियम नहीं था. तो उसका एडवांटेज भी था. आज वो एडवांटेज नहीं है. सूरज चाहे भी तो 1 साल के लिए छुट्टी नहीं ले सकता है. प्रोड्यूसर्स और डायरेक्टर्स उसका जीना हराम कर देंगे. He can't have this luxury because he will have some offers which he will he'll definitely not like to let it go. So there are many advantages to be working in this time. There are few advantages when there were no platforms.
Thank you so much. You couldn't have answered it better. Suraj,
I think OTT has connected the world together. So, जो टैलेंट हमें पहले नहीं दिखने को मिलता था साउथ से हिंदी के लिए और हिंदी से साउथ के लिए, अब OTT उस चीज़ को साथ में ले आया. तो रॉकेटरी वॉज येस वन ऑफ माई फैंटास्टिक मूवी, नाइस मूवी, बट गुलमोहर is something, it is about family, and it drives me to get more unity, more togetherness, more support to my family. So theatre और OTT और नॉर्थ और साउथ के ये सारे differences, जैसे हम अपनी फैमिली में डिफरेंस होता है तो कैसे एक दूसरे को सपोर्ट करके उसे दूर कर देते हैं, जो गुलमोहर में है. तो ये सारे OTT, थिएटर, टीवी, साउथ नॉर्थ के डिफरेंसेस अभी मेरे ख्याल से ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं है. आई थिंक OTT हैज़ गिवन प्लेटफॉर्म टू मेनी टैलेंट्स, एंड टैलेंट की कोई सीमा नहीं है. लैंग्वेज इज़ नो बार फॉर टैलेंट. सो यस.
शर्मिला मैम, मैं आपसे जानना चाहूँगी कि हम बचपन से आपकी फ़िल्में देखते आ रहे हैं. हमारे पेरेंट्स ने आपकी फ़िल्मों को इतना पसंद किया है. हम लोगों ने 90s का जनरेशन जो था वो तो आप लोगों की फ़िल्मों का अलग ही फ़ैन है पूरा. बट आप इतने सालों के बाद आपने कम बैक करा, तो जब आपने फर्स्ट डे जब आप शूट पे पहुँचे तो पुरानी वो सारी मेमोरीज ताज़ा हो गई. वो पहला मोमेंट आपका कैसा था?
It just felt wonderful, your muscle memory or whatever you call it, it just takes over. When you come in front of the camera, you feel that you've never left. You've not, you feel very comfortable because you've been doing it for so long that you're so comfortable with the camera. Like for the theatre people, it's the audience that matters. We don't see live audience because only when we go to the cinema we see them. Otherwise we don't know how they're reacting. These people, they can see that अच्छा यहाँ पे बोर हो रहे हैं तो हमें थोड़ा सा कुछ और करना चाहिए, ये लाइन ठीक से नहीं हो रहा है. So they can experiment. तो next show they will change there. हमारे साथ तो ऑडियंस का कोई वो ही नहीं है, कनेक्शन ही नहीं है. So हमारे जो भी है interaction is with the camera. So it's a wonderful thing because we can, when we are performing, we can see ourselves performing. I can hear my own voice, I can see my own expression, and then if something is not right, then we tell the director. Director says no, and the director is the boss. If he says okay, it's okay. So etc. So I didn't feel anything strange in front of the camera. If anything, that from start sound to cut. So यहाँ पे, the first day, may I share? Because I only work in films. So this was my first OTT film. And so start, sound, camera, and I thought it was action. So I started speaking. Uske baad there was somebody else said something else, somebody else said something else. There was a 3-4 lines of communication. And then, of course, it was my turn to speak. So that was a very new thing that I learned very quickly. So it's a different the difference here, but otherwise, film is a film. And it was just lovely because from the start sound, even the OTT start, whatever action, to cut is the moment we live for. All us are actors. उसी में आपको जो करना है आपको करना है, because that is recorded and that goes into the film. Then you can't change it. You can't, for theatre, you don't get a second chance to do it better. So that is everything for us, that moment. And that moment you're playing somebody else, like I become Kusum or I become somebody else. So that is such a magical moment. I cannot share that with anybody because that is the moment I live for.
There are too many songs, but the song that I always remembered was जाने क्यों लोग मोहब्बत करते हैं। वो गाना मैं जब भी गाता था, शर्मिला जी जो है 2 दिन तक तो उन्होंने बर्दाश्त किया। तीसरे दिन उन्होंने कहा कि अगर अब गाया तो मैं तुम्हारी जान मार दूंगी। उसके बाद मैंने चेंज किया, हवा चली कैसे। तो शर्मिला जी ने कहा कि मनोज, ये भी कितनी बड़ी बेवकूफ़ी थी कि मैं साइंस टीचर का रोल कर रही थी उस फिल्म में, और टीचर को ही नहीं पता है कि हवा कैसे चलती है।
हेलो गुलमोहर टीम, दिस इज़ करण शर्मा। सर मेरे 2 क्वेश्चन है, एक मनोज सर से और एक सूरज सर से। मनोज सर, आपने रिसेंटली एक वीडियो शेयर करी थी जिसमें आपने अपना पुश्तैनी घर दिखाया था। उसमें एक मोमेंट आता है जिसमें आप बताते हैं यहाँ से मैं लड्डू चुराता था, पेड़े चुराता था। सर लेकिन बाद में आपने ये नहीं बताया कि पिटाई कितनी होती थी मम्मी से।
मैं बहुत ही ज़िद्दी स्वभाव का आदमी था, वेरी स्टबर्न। मेरे ख्याल से वो स्टबर्ननेस मुझे यहाँ तक लेके आया। नहीं तो लेकिन जब आप बच्चे होते हैं तो अब मेरी माँ, हर कोई कहता है कि मैं जैसी मेरी माँ थी वैसे ही मैं भी हूँ। वो भी बहुत ज़िद्दी थी और मैं भी बहुत ज़िद्दी था, तो क्लैश ऑफ स्टबर्ननेस था बेसिकली। वो कहती थी ये करो और मैं कहता था कि मैं नहीं करूँगा। और पेड़े जो है मैं चुरा लेता था। दही का जो है ऊपर का जो लेयर होता है वो मैं सारी दही जो है छोड़ के ऊपर का लेयर चुरा के खा जाता था। घर में 6 बच्चे थे तो मेरी माँ को तो वो भी देखना था कि सबको बराबर बराबर जाए, तो मार बहुत पड़ती थी मुझे, बहुत ज़्यादा। और मुझे उन्होंने 3rd स्टैंडर्ड से एक लॉज में डाल दिया था स्कूल में, मैं मिडिल स्कूल में पढ़ता था। वो मेरे लिए बहुत ही डार्क पीरियड था बिकॉज मैं रहना नहीं चाहता था वहाँ पे। तो मेरी माँ को पता नहीं चलता था कि ये जाना क्यों नहीं चाहता है वहाँ पे, इसका भाई तो चला जाता है। लेकिन मुझे जो है वहाँ पे मुझे बिल्कुल मेरी एक्सपीरियंसेस अच्छी नहीं होती, तो मेरी माँ बहुत मारती थी जब भी जाना होता था। एक बार मैंने कमरे में घुस के दरवाज़ा लॉक करके, जहाँ से खिड़की खुली हुई थी, तो मेरी माँ कह रही थी कि दरवाज़ा खोलो, तो वहीं पे एक सब्जी चलाने वाले, क्या बोलते हैं उसको, करची जो बोलते हैं, वो उठा के मैंने अपने पेट में मार लिया ऐसे करके, और मैंने कहा आ करके गिर गया वहीं पे। और मेरी माँ को सच में लगा कि इसने अपने आप को मार लिया। तो मेरे पिताजी कहते हैं, जब वो बुजुर्ग हुए पिताजी, तो मैंने कहा पिताजी से कि आपको कब लगा था कि मैं एक्टर बनूंगा? उन्होंने कहा जिस दिन तुमने वो नाटक किया था। अभी उसके बारे में क्या बोलूँगा, मतलब गुलमोहर के साथ अन्याय हो जाएगा, लेकिन सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहूँगा आपको कि सीज़न 3 का मेरे ख्याल से राज इंडी के और अमेज़ॉन की तरफ से जल्दी ही कुछ आपके लिए अच्छी खबर आएगी, ऐसा लगता है मुझे। और जहाँ तक बात है इस फैमिली की, तो इस दोनों फैमिली में बहुत बड़ा अंतर है, क्योंकि वहाँ पर वो दोनों काम और परिवार में बैलेंस बिठाने की कोशिश करता है, और ये आदमी इसके लिए फैमिली सबसे बड़ी चीज़ है। ये बैलेंस भी बिठाना नहीं चाहता है, ये सिर्फ चाहता है कि फैमिली साथ में रहे, और उसके चक्कर में क्या क्या होता है, उन साथ वो क्या क्या और चीज़ें उससे बनती हैं, बिगड़ती हैं, ये आपको फिल्म देखने के बाद पता चलेगा। बट since it's going to be the last question, yes, so all I would first of all I will say thank you very much कि आप लोग आए हमें कवर करने के लिए, हमसे सवाल जवाब का ये सेशन करने के लिए। दूसरी बात ये कि this family here needs your support. Thank you.